Hello there. Hello everybody and welcome back to Trilogies. I'm with your host ADG and I'm wearing my Mandalorian t-shirt because sadly my Star Wars 77 t-shirt got damaged a while ago and can no longer wear it. But Mandalorian takes place a few years after the original trilogy, so I'll allow it. By the title of this video, of course, we're talking about the original Star Wars trilogy, episodes 4 through 6. And I have to say, Star Wars has been a great part of my childhood, one of my great inspirations for getting into writing, sci-fi precisely. And now, now I'm talking about the originals. The originals, my man. And I'm going to briefly talk about them, okay. Episode 4. Now, Episode 4 was the introduction to Star Wars. We start with a grand Imperial Star Destroyer. The droids are stuck on Tatooine, and we find out our good old boy, Luke Skywalker. And honestly, it's one of those movies that even if it is old and the effects are not what they used to be, it's still a memorable film that you enjoy to watch. And I really enjoy to watch the older Star Wars movies. And I have to say that A New Hope surely gives you this grandiose moment of this sci-fi universe where the Imperials, we need the bad guys and we need to destroy them. And obviously Sir Guinness is great as Obi-Wan, and Ewan McGregor was also great in the prequels. So both actors for Obi-Wan are amazing. Of course, James Arnold Taylor is also great. But we have to say that Star Wars means a lot to me, and it's not just a popular sci-fi franchise. It's more than that. It makes me want to be a hero, to fight for something greater than myself. And the Rebel Alliance, the rebels want to defeat the Empire, and that whole ordeal with the Death Star, oh boy, that was incredible. Red 5 coming in, and it's great. The fact that this young boy didn't know much, but was trained to become a Jedi, goes ahead and pilots this X-Wing and destroys the Death Star, and it's awesome. Also, R2-D2, C-3PO, Obi-Wan, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Princess Leia, and Darth Vader himself, Big Papa Vader. Honestly, he's one of the greatest parts of Star Wars. And of course, Grand Moff Tarkin, because we can't have Grand Moff Tarkin absent in the picture. He is absolutely great. Star Wars Episode 4 was an amazing sequel. Luke finally becomes a Jedi and starts training under the tutelage of none other than Yoda. And despite not being ready, he goes ahead and fights Darth Vader. And then that reveal moment, I am your father. And it's honestly great. I hear that Mark Hamill had to hold it in for like a year before he could say anything. And yeah, it's incredible. The Battle of Hoth, Bespin with Lando Calrissian was just amazing. Boba Fett appearing for the first time was very cool, and it got us to a lot more things. And this whole ordeal of Luke trained to become a Jedi and the rebels on the run trying to get whatever help they can get, and the Empire is still after them. And what's incredible of this movie, apart from that Luke and Leia kiss and then we find out that they're brother and sister, it's just like, did George R.R. Martin get into the script writing for Episode 5? Now, Episode 6, I really loved Episode 6. I know some people dislike the Ewoks, but I always found them entertaining. They're whimsical and that. Of course, these stormtroopers were made to be wimps, but then again, that's their purpose. They're disposable bad guys. But yeah, Luke finally is a Jedi, which is one of the best things ever. Honestly, his green lightsaber looks cool as hell. And I really love how this idealized and more experienced hero, and he finally defeats the Emperor. And I think, yeah, we see the Emperor for the first time in like episode 5, but we just see a hologram of him. We never see him in person. And then we see him for the first time in the opening scene of episode 6, I think. The rebels mount the greatest offensive ever, and of course, we can't forget our General Akbar.
It's a trap!
The greatest fishman I've ever seen in my life. And it's a trap! It's one of the classic lines from Star Wars Episode 6. And honestly, Episode 6, that whole space battle was cool as hell. The B-Wings, the Y-Wings, the A-Wings, the X-Wings, Home 1, and all the cruisers, corvettes, just everything. It was amazing. And I really loved the whole episode. And in my opinion, all 3 movies are great. But I have to grade them. It's my job in this situation. I have to grade which of the original trilogy gets the gold, silver, or bronze badge. And I have to say that all of them are equally great, but I'm just gonna say for the ones I enjoy the most. So, Episode 5 gets the golden badge because it's great. It's a really great movie. I really enjoyed it a lot. I have to say Episode 4 gets the silver badge, but not because it's super entertaining. I mean, it is entertaining. But in terms of action quality that I love, Episode 6 has more. And I would have put Episode 6 as the silver badge. But I have to consider the fact that also Episode 4 has a lot of emotion behind it. And it's the start of the story, the beginning of everything. We get introduced to many of the characters we'll be seeing for the 3 films. So I have to give Episode 4 the silver badge. And finally, Episode 6 gets the bronze badge. But doesn't mean that it's bad. It's a really good film. And I really love the original trilogy. It's part of my childhood. Great times watching it. I'm just 20, so I wasn't there around when the originals came out, but I watched them afterwards, and it was such a blast to see those movies. But yeah, that was my rating for the Star Wars original trilogy. Next up is the sequels. And boy, do I have things to say about that trilogy. Nonetheless, thank you guys for watching. I will see you on the next one, and stay tuned for more videos. Goodbye.